Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be talking about some interesting things that Sam Cosmi had to say about former Washington Commanders offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. And also, stay tuned till the end because I will be showing you guys how to get free tickets to the Washington Commanders training camp this off season. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well so you never miss a video. All those things really do help out a ton, and it's free, close to 13,000 subscribers. Let's try to get it before the end of the month. It's been a while. It's been a minute since we hit that next milestone, but let's get into it. And I don't want to hate on Eric Bieniemy that much because we've done that. I've done that. A lot of Commanders YouTubers have done it. But really, this is a point. This is a discussion to be able to talk about some of the players that didn't produce under him last year that are, I think, going to be able to have a much better season this year. But let's talk about this, what Sam Cosmi had to say. I mean, even after the season, he was hating a little bit on Bieniemy, saying, he wishes they ran the ball a little bit more. Some other players said the same thing. Even last off season, players were complaining to Rivera. But this is what the report said. So this is from Brandon, Jaden Daniels MVP on Twitter. Shout out to him. It's my guy. He said, former Commanders OC Eric Bieniemy reportedly did not allow players to wear a hat backwards last season. Offensive tackle Sam Cosmi told the Washington Post that was something that we as players, offensive side, we weren't allowed to wear a hat backwards. I honestly don't think it is a big deal. I saw a lot of people going crazy about it. I don't think it's a big deal for players needing to wear it backwards, not being able to wear it backwards and needing to wear it forward. Like, I really don't see the deal. They're NFL players. It's not like they're, wearing suit and tie every day coming into the facility. Like, they only do that on certain occasions. If they want to wear the hat forward, it is what it is. But also, it's not a huge deal if they want to wear their hat backwards, it's not a big deal. But also, some coaches have their things, and some are more strict than others, and Bieniemy was more strict, and that was one of his things. I think they should be able to wear their hats however they want, but hey, Bieniemy, I guess, wants them to look more respectable. That's on him. Again, I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's something he believed in, and he was also very hard on the players in the offseason, which I didn't have a problem with. I actually really liked. He was working the players really hard, especially the running backs. He's a former running back, so he is going to be, a little bit tougher on them, but he would make them. And reporters were saying this, and then, I would watch it in practice. I would see it every time. Basically, the running backs, normally they'll run, or in the past here, they would run, let's say, once, they would run through the D-line, maybe make a guy miss or two, and then after they pass the safety or whatever, after 10, maybe 15 yards, they will just run the sideline and get back into the where they were before and wait for the next player to. But now, with Bieniemy, not now, I guess, last year, they would sprint all the way to the end zone. So if they were at the 40, it would be a 40 yards or like a 10, 15 yard run and then 25 yard sprints. And this is 95 degree weather out there on the grass, so it was tiring, and I think it got them in football shape. My issue with Bieniemy was never his work ethic stuff, in terms of not his work ethic. His work ethic's great, but in terms of getting on these players a little bit too much, that's what a lot of people have said. Some players have complained about it. For me, since I'm not a player and I'm not out there, I don't think it's a big deal. I actually like that he's getting these players in shape and working them hard. My issue with Bieniemy was his play calling, his zero lack of adjustments. No adjustments at all. Zero. Obviously he did have some, but it was just very, very little. Hal obviously had his weaknesses, and I feel like Bieniemy didn't help him almost at all, at least early on in the season, at disguising those. Hal just couldn't really deal well with pressure. And guess what? Bieniemy would have empty set backfields all the time and shotgun, and in shotgun all the time. And it just obvious passing situation, no help out there for Hal, and he would get sacked. And it was just a repeating cycle, and he would not adjust, or maybe he would, but it would be too late. And it's like we would lose the game by like 7 or 10. And it's like, if you would have made this adjustment at the beginning of the game instead of the third quarter, fourth quarter, hey, we could have won this game. And obviously, at the end, it didn't really matter because we won whatever we won. I don't even care at this point. 4 games. It was an or 4 games. It was an ugly season, but it's not all on Bieniemy. The playmakers, they didn't do their thing at times. Terry had a couple of drops. Jahan had a lot of drops, or maybe not a lot on the stat sheet, but definitely a lot of passes. At least 5, 6 that he definitely should have caught that he didn't. And some of the other guys didn't do their thing, but I think a lot of it is on Bieniemy too. It's a combination of Bieniemy, Sam Howell, and then the playmakers as well, is why the offense didn't do well. But I think Jahan can have a better year 3 than he did last year with Cliff Kingsbury, in year 3 than he did with Eric in year 2. He had a decrease in yards, a decrease in touchdowns, and he played like 4 or 5 more games, and that just cannot happen. And Terry had a down year, and he's had a bunch of good years with bad quarterbacks. So if you have a bunch of years where Terry's getting you 1,100, 1,150, and then barely hitting 1,000, then that kind of shows it's Bieniemy, or you could say the quarterback too, but he's had bad quarterbacks. But you also look at it, and when Brissett did come in to the game, he would, Terry would feast a little bit. But I think Bieniemy, I'm happy it's over, because it was just a bunch of, it just wasn't great from him. The players didn't love him. I mean, I didn't even talk about this, and this is the second time I'm recording this video, so might be a little bit all over the place, might be missing some things that I said the first time that I recorded it. But the players did, call him out, or not call him out. They went to Rivera and talked about, how they weren't, super happy with his leadership style, and he's a little bit too hard on them. And Rivera, went publicly with that, which I didn't think was the best move. But I know there's a lot of moves by Rivera that weren't great. But yeah, that was the first sign, I guess, that players didn't really love him. And then we heard some rumblings in the season, and then right after the season, I'm sure we'll continue to hear some more things. But hey, it is what it is. Bieniemy's moving on to other things, and we're moving on to Cliff Kingsbury and Dan Quinn and Adam Peters and everyone. So I'm happy about that. And now let's just get into training camp tickets. So sold out for the first day. I was scared when I saw this, because I saw this and I was like, oh shoot, I'm not gonna be able to go to training camp. And shout out to Brandon again. But you look at this, July 28th is sold out, which is the first day, but July 29th, you can go. This is on the Washington Commanders website. Just look up Commanders Training Camp 2024. Also, I did see Juan post a video like this yesterday. Make sure you guys check him out. My guy came back last couple of months, has been putting out a ton of videos. He's got another channel as well, so make sure you guys check him out. We're going to try to do a collab pretty soon, but he's putting out a bunch of great content. Check him out, Juan Gotti Talking Sports. So yeah, just go on WashingtonCommanders.com or Commanders.com and training camp, and you should be able to find it. July 29th, you got tickets. July 30th is for like season ticket holders. August 1st, same thing. Then August 2nd is open for general admission. The 4th is already sold out, and the 6th. So it's starting to sell out. You'll probably still be able to find a way to get in, whether buying a ticket from, or not even buying. People will give out tickets that can't go, but still, try to get your tickets now. It is a good, experience. You get to meet some players, talk to other fans, and it's a good thing to do on the weekend if you can't find anything else to do, or even, middle of the work week. But that's what this Monday one is. Let's see if there's any other weekend ones. There's a Friday one, Sunday one, and Tuesday. I guess all the remaining ones are, middle of the day. But hey, if you have a day off, go with the kids or whatever. It's a good little day trip, and meet some of the players and stuff. I think and you get to see behind the scenes. They might do some cool things. I don't know. Last year they had the Nats there, David Martinez, and 5-10 players, so that was cool. And, you got to see some of, Jaden Daniels. It's going to be hype. It's going to be hype for sure. But that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. For you to hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new. And if you stayed till the end, go ahead and comment down Perry Riley. And I'll know you stayed till the end. And, you can ask a question or whatever. I'll answer it. Peace, guys.